There's Rob Thompson, Sports Biz Radio. I'm going to keep my glasses up. Why not? Because then the light breezes in or shines in. It doesn't breeze in, but it shines in. Anyways, hello. How are you? This is the week of Thanksgiving, which is my all-time favorite week of the year. There's no pressure. Well, maybe for the wives or those who are cooking, there's some pressure. But think about it. You don't have to buy presents. You virtually get about a 4-day, maybe a 5-day work week for the most part. Everybody shuts it down in the United States. There are those that are still out there grinding away in the retail business. But for the most part, everybody primarily has a nice slide into the weekend with Thanksgiving and then all the crazy things that happen on Friday and everything else. So, and then the weekend's great with football and NFL and college and high school. A lot of times the championships are going on or rivalry weekends are happening in college and high school. So awesome food, football, and family, and throw a little cold beverages in there for adults, and it's wonderful experience. So it is November 25th, Sports Biz Radio. I am your host, Rob Thompson. Last weekend, we had a bunch of call-ins. And this weekend we will do this week we will do the same. So just post your phone number if you want me to give you a call if you have a question for us. We're going to do Q&A. So if this is the first time you're ever watching, we're on Mondays 6-ish Eastern Standard Time, and it's primarily we talk with influences in the industry, a lot of startup founders, a lot of executives in the sports industry that we'll have on. It's startups, startovers, which are career pivoters, folks that are maybe starting over a business, people that are just basically start over in their life in business, and then career seekers, primarily in the sports and entertainment world. And then you could subscribe to us and find this not live, but sorry, I just hit the computer. But I edited up a version, put it on YouTube. Then the audio is on Spotify and on iTunes, and then whatever else outtake. And there's a bunch of them out there that we broadcast on and that we publish on. And then of course, Instagram, it's all under Game Plan U or Sports Biz Radio. Sports Biz Radio is really where it's under. Game Plan U is a website. So for the inside scoop on everything, podcasts, blogs, information on our startup weekend that we're having down in Orlando, January 23rd and 24th. That's Sports Biz Orlando 2020. And we do broadcast, if you see the studio right here, we do broadcast from WNHU on the campus of the University of New Haven, which is my employer. I am the Senior Director of Athletic Development for the University of New Haven, which is my alma mater. So along with everything else, let's start the show. Give me a buzz if you have well, you could just kind of post it right now if you want to on LinkedIn. Send me your number. And I will, let me put it down here. All right. So, hey, let me know how my audio is. I got a new microphone, as you can see right here. So let me know how the audio is. Hopefully it's a little bit better than it's been before. Ravi, there you are again, buddy. I'll give you a buzz. So who else? Prasant, how you doing, buddy? And we got a bunch of people watching now. So we're going to have a special guest tonight, and he should be popping on pretty soon, hopefully. And I love to introduce him because he's a guy that is going to be part of our accelerator program and pitching at our demo day down in Orlando. He's a co-founder and CEO of U Stadium, Frankie Vittorini. That's not Italian or anything. So Frankie Vittorini should be joining us pretty soon. And we're going to have him on there. But while we're waiting for him, I'm posting my number, Ravi, so give me a call. James, how you doing? How's Riley? So anyway, so we're going to be rotating in guest speakers, guests that are startup founders and entrepreneurs, and hopefully share some of their journey with us, some of their learnings, some of the things that they have explored along the way. Oh, also one thing I want to mention too, if you're planning on being down at the Sports Biz Startup Weekend in Orlando, please register. And we're going to keep that open for another couple weeks. And we're still accepting applications. And I think we got Ravi on the phone here. So let's go. Ravi,
Hey, Rob.
how you doing, buddy?
I'm good.
Fantastic. Thanks for calling in again. You're like my number one fan right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I just proclaimed you that. So, hey, you got a question for me?
Yeah, I do have a question for you. I just finished working my venue today, and the president is coming tomorrow. So how do you cope with people asking you too many questions about who's coming, or like when you're working at a venue, like how do you make sure not to let the cat out of the bag? Let's put it that way.
Oh, so the president of the United States is coming to your venue?
Yeah.
Oh, is this that Orlando event?
It's at BB&T.
Got it. Okay. Oh, that's right. So this is a secret event no one knows about until right now?
Yeah. So basically,
well, we let it out of the bag for you. There you go.
Yeah.
So you are people calling you, and are people coming by the office, or?
Yeah, they're coming by the office, and they're like, one weird guy like asked a question about where the Secret Service is, and they could what if they could call a manager, and my coworker called the security person because people were asking if they could buy Trump tickets or whatever at the box office, and we can't sell them because we're not allowed to, and they have to shut down the whole box office tomorrow because of safety issues. And I just wanted to know if you dealt with any big person coming to any of your venues like that.
Well, I think the first yeah, well, thank you for telling. This is a great point, and James DeMeo is actually watching right now, and he's a security expert for sports venues. He's actually one of the viewers, so he might be able to chime in there. But I'm going to talk to you from a different perspective. I'm going to tell you a perspective as a customer service representative, and I'm just going to assume I don't want to ask you or any questions that about the actual process and procedure at your arena. Okay. So I'm sure they won't want that shared, but from a customer service standpoint, I think first and foremost, if there isn't a protocol that's sent down of communication, so direct all information that's sensitive over to your PR department, communications department, marketing department, right? Not give out that information that's probably sensitive like this is, but also making sure that client is whoever they are, leaves satisfied with some type of answer. Like, I don't know, doesn't work, right? Right. So I'm sure you're trained in this to take names, take numbers, take emails, information that at some point, if this was somebody that, it was sensitive or somebody, at least you have the contact information for them. So you could pass that along. If this person name is of suspect or whatever, not suspect, but if it's a name that kind of pops up and shoots up red flags, I should say, that will provide them with some information as well. But I think just being very sensitive of not only the customer and providing information, because they probably do want to, I would assume that they're going to call you with a pure heart and actually be interested in an event and want to go to the event and participate in an event and have fun doing that. So if not that event, is there another event that they would be interested in too? So I think anything, always capture their information. Anyways, just to follow up with that. So from a safety standpoint, unfortunately, I am not the expert on that, but James DeMeo I know is, and I can't see his comments on there because I'm sure he's writing a couple of them. He may tell you something similar to that to that degree, but it's a tough one. It's a tough one, especially when you have something that's sensitive and in many ways as the president, and security risks and all those things that go along with it. So anyways, I hope that helps. So how are now that this is not a public event, is it a public event tomorrow then?
Yeah, so basically it's just invitation only.
Gotcha. All right, so it's a private event then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the president's speaking in front of media, so.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Well, I think what you probably did is, always, I think it's deferring, especially if it's media calling, defer them over to somebody that could really help them and make sure that they don't get off the line without that help. So, yeah, good stuff. I hope that answered some questions. I don't know. I feel like I just dragged on that whole thing.
But have you worked in any venue where you've had someone as big as the president come, or anything like that, or like any big stars or something come to any venues you worked, or
Mhm.
you've never dealt with something like this?
No, we certainly have. Yeah, certainly have in my career. Anything from pro athletes to celebrities and hosting concerts, and there's a lot of you're always on your toes because unfortunately, whenever you meet people within that, there's always some sense of um, security, or there's a trust factor when you're dealing with the general public when they're trying to get after a celebrity, even though if it's a controlled event and a controlled meet and greet, or a private event like that. That's you can only do what you can because the celebrity has to behave or the celebrity has to show up on time, and then you obviously have security risks and all those things. But if the building in and of itself is properly trained and there's a process for security and safety of those attending the event and those performing at the event, I don't think that, I've never really worried about that for the most part. I've always just thought about the things you can't control. The lights go out, the sprinkler system goes off, right? There's a fire, major injuries, people have emergency, health issues that happen. One of our games, we had the fireworks. It was arena football. The fireworks fell over and was shot into the audience and got
Oh, wow.
got some guy's shirt on fire. So those things happen. Expect the unexpected. But when you have enough professionals that work within the industry and around you, especially the safety professionals and public safety professionals, they've usually seen everything and prepared for that in many many ways. So yeah, but no, it's fun. It's not every day that you get a president that's going to walk through your building like that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it just was we didn't expect it, but like it was announced on the news that he was coming, so we had to be careful of not giving out too much information or
Mhm.
any of that. Just give basic information to our job,
Yeah.
which seems hard when people want to know where the president is or where the Secret Service is, so that they can try to meet the president. But that's
Yeah.
kind of out of our hands.
That's over your pay grade. That's over my pay grade too. Well, enjoy it. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the event tomorrow. I'm sure they'll have you guys. Are you guys even allowed to go into the offices tomorrow?
Oh no, not ticket operations not allowed.
Yeah.
But other departments are working to handle and I did talk to some of the people that work there, and they said that they have specific duties to handle, but all of that is very private. So
Got it. Oh, that's pretty cool. All right. Well, thanks again for your questions and your participation. I appreciate it.
you're welcome, Rob.
All right. Well, listen, have a good time. Good night tonight. Have fun tomorrow. Hope it all works out for everybody down there. And we'll see you next week.